Okay, we're starting the journey at 4681, and it's 9:07, heading to Pittsburgh. So we took the wrong exit, as always, and we're now in Chicago, and we gotta turn back around. We are in Indiana. When you first get into Indiana, very industrial. We passed kind of the lower income neighborhoods, and now we're heading to Ohio. All right, so the first stop near South Bend, Indiana, near Michigan, and 5 hours away. All right, we're now in Ohio, in Strongsville, Ohio, outside of Costco, and this is one of the lowest fuel prices I've seen this year, $2.40.9. So very, very cheap. In Illinois, it was $2.99.9, and that was one of the lower price Costco stations. The reason we filled up, even though I didn't need the full tank, we're about to be going into Pittsburgh, into Pennsylvania, and there they are high. Ohio and Indiana lower prices. Ohio much lower than the rest, so New York will be interesting. But 2 more hours and we should be in Pittsburgh. It's actually kind of warm. All right, everybody, we've arrived in Pittsburgh. And here is our cozy little Airbnb. If anybody's ever staying, there we go. Looks pretty clean. Overall, pretty good. So further down that way is Polish Hill. Further down that way is the city. And honestly, it feels like you're in San Diego. It is at a very steep incline where you have to leave your, even with an automatic, you have to leave your parking brake on. I am extremely tired. So all of Pittsburgh in the nearby area is pretty much like that. Super hilly, super fun, super exciting, lots of tiny, cozy little quaint houses. I love Pittsburgh. This is the first time I've ever been in Pittsburgh. This is completely not how I thought it would look like. It felt like driving through Colorado when we got into Pennsylvania. And first of all, we did a stop in Cleveland. That was great. We're stopping overnight in Pittsburgh, then we're heading to Washington, D.C. in the morning, and we're going to be in New Jersey and going to see New York City, hopefully by the end of tomorrow night, in less than 24 hours. So I'm exhausted, but man, this is awesome. Just reading a little bit about the history of Pittsburgh, the city, why it's so big and so cozy. All right, everybody, we are in Pittsburgh. This is a very unique town. I'm very excited. There we go. Pittsburgh, gorgeous as ever. Reminds me of Kiev. And we have whatever that train thing is, and there's another one that goes uphill. So one part of, there's actually three parts. The city, there's another part that way. It's all separated. It's like a fork by the river, goes up that way. Maybe that's why I love it so much. It reminds me of Kiev, where similar layout, big bridges, and some of the buildings are also a European style, very tight roads, going through these hills. I love it. I fell in love with it. So ultimately, we've had a great day today. It is ending. We are driving to Washington, D.C. just for a couple of hours, then going through Delaware, which I found out has 0% sales tax. I knew about it because I knew millions of companies registered there, but we're going to try and buy some things that I've already had to buy or were on the want list, but the sales tax might save us a couple bucks, and we're passing by there anyway, so it's not like I have to go out of my way. We're passing through, so might as well make a little shopping trip. Very, very exciting. Oh, look at that apartment building. You can't really see it. Oh, that's a truck from the bridge over there. But guys, this is so exciting. I fell in love with the city just like I did with Kiev. You feel within a couple of hours. This city has rich history. So Henry Clay Frick and Andrew Carnegie and the Mellon family. That's why there's Carnegie and Mellon University, whatever. This was a steel town. This was also in the 20th century a town or city where had more than 600, at one point more over 650,000 populace. Now it's just right around 300,000, less than Cleveland. Tons of big buildings. It looks bigger than Warsaw, and technically it is bigger in terms of the buildings and whatnot, but a lot less people. And for that, it does feel like sometimes the streets are empty, which is an awesome feeling, because going to a city like Milwaukee might have similar amounts of people, or actually even more, I don't know. I know Cleveland had more. Cleveland had a couple big buildings, but this just feels better. It's more exciting. It feels like a little of San Diego with the hills and San Francisco, whatnot. It feels like a normal American city, or American architecture, but you also have the European architecture, European roads. You have rich history from the Steel Age. I really want to check out next time. I want to come here for a couple days. Really want to check out Frick's House Museum. Want to check out the Carnegie Museum. Frick, by the way, one of my favorite stories that I've learned about him. I keep seeing these signs for Jonestown, Pennsylvania, and it didn't click. But I remember watching this documentary about Frick and how his carriage was too large, and this guy was the right-hand man of Carnegie, and he did some cruel things, but he was essentially like the vice president of Carnegie's company, right? Just doing everything, the dirty work for Carnegie. And he had a ton of money as well, very, very rich, and his carriage was too large, so he adjusted the bridge so his carriage could pass through. Unfortunately, the carriage bridge adjustment impacted the dam that was nearby, and the dam exploded and flooded, and 2,000 people plus died, and he flooded Jonestown. That's what it was. So there's tons of history in Pennsylvania. Very, very exciting. Never been here before, completely different than I expected. With that said, thanks for watching. You guys have a good rest of your night. If I could, I would move here. Honestly, if I could, if I had the money, I would move here for 2023, but we're not. Maybe 2024, who knows? It's just Illinois, Chicago, the city's too big for me. I grew up with it all my life. There's a lot of stuff I don't like about Illinois. I love traveling. I want to see something different. And Ohio, Indiana, Nebraska, I've seen that. Wisconsin, these are boring states. Michigan has beautiful nature. Pennsylvania has a mix of everything, at least from the first couple of hours that I've been here. But there's some states you pass by, you hate it. Some states you love it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your night. Take care. Bye. I'm going to bed.